Here in Seattle, they're on the land and now they're kind of moving on to the water. It all started with this letter from Ken Moore that's sent to Harbor Patrol Chief in August. The letter asks the city to help enforce their existing aquatic runway and open container laws on the water as well. Lake Union is one of 4 small lakes entirely in Seattle city limits, but the 580-acre body of water is certainly the busiest. Popular not only with motorized boats, sailboats, and human-powered craft like paddleboards, kayaks, and canoes, but Lake Union is also an airport of sorts, with Kenmore Air operating about 90 flights a day on its busiest summer days from May to September.
We're just looking for a safer way to be able to share the lake with all the lake users.
An August letter from Kenmore Air to the city's Harbor Patrol Chief sought to get assistance to prevent scenes like this, where the 5 buoys marking the aquatic runway are not only ignored, but even incorporated into some people's floating parties. It caused Kenmore Air in August to declare the lake a no-fly zone on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoons, diverting flights to the north end of Lake Washington instead.
And we've asked Harbor Patrol to be able to help in a regulatory way to be able to help us out with that.
But the letter and petition became the subject of the Wallingford Neighborhood Association at this month's meeting.
I just don't feel that it's right for a private business to divide a lake in two, especially to put a runway in the middle of the lake as opposed to all the other users of the lake.
Kenmore Air says they're totally fine with their 5 existing buoys and not looking to further expand air service. But the group circulating the petition, the Seaplane Environmental Coalition, says the final paragraph of the Kenmore letter says it all. If Harbor Patrol cannot effectively police the current buoy system full time, we would like to discuss necessary next steps. Steps that could include a dedicated patrol boat during high use times and a demarcated landing zone area of Lake Union for the exclusive use of seaplanes. Kenmore Air folks say that's a big if and say they just want to be good neighbors.
I'm saying let's get together and talk about the facts and agree, and I think communication goes a long way.
Now, the Seaplane Environmental Coalition says the seaplanes are loud and they're polluting too. And now they've written their own letter to the city. But the neighborhoods around Lake Union have grown up around seaplane activity. There's been seaplanes on Lake Union for almost as long as there's been airplanes. Bill Boeing's inaugural flight was in June of 1916. And Kenmore Air has been using Lake Union since the 1980s. But the Seaplane Environmental Coalition says that in 1989 there were 40 flights a day on the lake, and that number has doubled since then without the consent of any other users. Both sides hope the city will address this issue before the beginning of boating season, which of course is next May.
Wow. And you see all these planes coming in. You know, we're perched right here on Lake Union, so we see this all the time. And in the summertime, I mean, so many people out there. I wonder sometimes where they even find a place.
Well, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights, the Kenmore Air has basically declared it a no-fly zone, and they've kind of moved the traffic to the north end of Lake Washington. So in the middle of the summer, they know they just can't get anywhere in. As MJ was saying, you can kind of walk across Lake Union on those busy Saturday evenings. There's just stacked boats all over the place.
Right, and you did mention the pollution issue. Travis, there could be electric seaplanes coming.
Yeah, this is a crazy story. You talked about it. So actually, there's a local airline. It's based in Vancouver, Harbor Air, and next month they are actually going to be testing the first all-electric plug-in seaplane out there. Wow. What this could mean, and